It's game time! Oh yeah!
This episode is sponsored in part by PTZ Optics. Why hire a camera operator when the control is in your hands? Visit ptzoptics.com for more information. And by NewTek, makers of the TriCaster TC1. Stun your viewers, not your accountant. Visit newtek.com for more information.
Welcome to a show that you're probably not going to like. A show where you're going to hear nothing but the truth. So help me God. Not trying to scare you. But we're back. And not only are we back, but we have the enforcer with us today. He's here and he's ready to enforce. Isn't that right?
Oh, you put the wrong person on the screen. You meant Bill.
What's going on, Bill?
I'm here.
How's it going?
If I were feeling better, it would be.
Yeah, you're a little bit under the weather. It sounds like you got a little cold.
I got my sexy sick voice on tonight. Sorry,
oh
folks.
Boy, that's what happens when you go to those conventions, right?
It happens. And I got another one this weekend, so I got to get better.
Nice. What's going on, MOAT?
None.
He's still a little upset. He broke his glasses during his live stream. It was that intense.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to ask why I'm wearing sunglasses and whatever else, dude, it's because literally my glasses are in pieces. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's never fun with that. But hey, it's good to be back. We are back ready to roll, and of course we do have some news. But before we do that, I do have some breaking news, and it's not the Arcade 1-Up stuff. We'll get to that in a second. But I was contacted over there by the folks over at Token Taverns. You guys all know Token Taverns, right? Do we do know Token Taverns, right? You guys aren't like...
They did a movie.
They did a movie, yep, yes. They did a really cool movie. So, with that, I told Bob, because I didn't want to get into the weeds too far, and I know he's with his son and everything like that. So, let's talk about this really quick. This is coming soon, right? Everybody wants to see this. I actually got to see it yesterday, which was really, really cool. It's a really good documentary. Takes you through, what started this boom back up, takes you through the troubles of COVID and then coming out of it. It's pretty awesome. Bob did a really good job here with this. But this is the cool part. Everybody's like, well, when can I see it, Tomorrow at 8 p.m., you guys can go to Vimeo and you guys can actually purchase this. I think he said it was $12.95 for digital. I could be mistaken, but I believe that's what it's going to be. And you guys can either purchase or rent it. And it's already up here. But tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can finally get to see Token Taverns. Again, it's a really good documentary. If you're into arcades, if you want to check that out, definitely do so. Go order it. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed. Listen, I already watched it. I watched it for free. Okay, Bob let me watch it. I'm going to buy the digital, and I'm going to get a physical copy when it comes out in a couple months to put up on the shelf. I thought he did a really, really good job. And, of course, I had to throw a couple ideas his way to see if maybe he would do it, but we'll see if he bites. I don't know. But are you guys excited for it? I mean, Billy Mitchell's in it. Doc Mac's in it. Bunch of really cool guys.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I'm a sucker for any of those arcade or console documentaries, anything game related. I love that stuff. So looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
I mean, I can live vicariously through some other people. So yeah, why not? Why not?
I think it'll be pretty cool. So if you guys want to check that out, go check that out. It's going to be pretty awesome. I can post a link if you guys want to have the link so you know where to go and get it on Vimeo. Let me post that here in the chat room here. And that way tomorrow you're ready to go. That way you don't have to wait for Amazon. We don't know when it's going to be up on Amazon. I was asking Bob, it's like, when's it going to be on Amazon? He's like, I don't know. So could be a week, could be Friday, could be a month. But I'm really excited because, like I said, I thought it was really good. I'm going to buy it on digital. I'm going to buy it in physical. And I'm a sucker for those things. I have a bunch of documentaries. I think I have like 130 different documentaries on the thumb drive. So should be a lot of people liking. I think it's like an hour and a half. So make sure you put a bit of time aside. Like. So you guys can check that out. What's going on in the chat room? I saw Wolfino's over there on Twitch. He's all by his lonesome. We see Console Fanboy, my Hawk Hertz. We got the Cornercade. We've got Steve Ramsey. Who else do we have in here? We got Matt Astra's Gaming. Lewis. Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger. In fact, I think he did a super chat, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Let's see what he put in here. He said, "Hey guys, a nice hat, Moat."
Yeah. Shout out to Ezekiel for sending me this. Sent me this and a Green Ranger.
It's a
Green Ranger figure for my birthday. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. So shout out to him for that.
I was wondering. I didn't see it at first. It's Megazord in the middle.
Yeah, with like 6 power coins.
Very cool
and stuff, and it's a new era hat too. So yeah, it's pretty dope.
Oh, I bet it fits nice, and you're all good.
It's warm.
He's loving it. He's loving it. It's like McDonald's. Loving it. All right, guys. I don't want to spend the whole show on this, but let's get into the crisis in time.
Arcade 1-Up. News and notes.
All right. So the crisis in time, if you guys missed it earlier, Arcade 1-Up just did a stream about an hour ago. And finally released to the world Time Crisis. And I thought it was really interesting because, the leaks were true, right? We all saw the leaks. Mm-hmm. We saw the way it was going to look. Everything kind of stayed true. One thing I thought that was really good with it was they reiterated the pedals. Now, I wish they would have carried that over to the racing cabinets that they released a little bit ago, but okay. I'm wondering, what did you guys think first initially about Time Crisis and the announcement? What do you think?
I think it's a great looking cab. It's exactly what I would have wanted from them for Time Crisis. I was pleasantly surprised when they showed off that pedal. I mean, the housing is still plastic, but it looks like a thicker, more durable plastic, and then to have the metal on the actual foot piece itself is pretty cool. I will say everything. I like everything about it except 2 things: the price, and that it didn't also include Point Blank 2, which one more game would have been a slam dunk.
Mo, what do you think? Obviously the price, we can get into that in a little bit, but I mean, overall, is this a cabinet that is on your wish list? Has this been, I know big Marvel versus Capcom 2. Same for this, or not really?
I actually love the Time Crisis franchise. So, it looks way better than the leak, the original render that was inside of a Big Blue. You know what I mean? Like, it looks way better than that. I'm glad that they actually did put an aluminum. What did they say? Aluminum or metal casing on top of the pedal.
Aluminum.
The pedal looks like it's like this big. So people like me who have a size 16 and a half. Yeah, we're not gonna be stepping on it like that. You know what I mean? But It looks good. The fact that they have force feedback guns, like I think that's a bonus. Screen size, it is what it is. I don't understand why it couldn't at least done a 19-inch, but whatever else. But yeah, it looks good. It does. Marquee look nice. From everything I've seen, it looks good. That's.
Now, did you guys notice anything? Console Fanboy says in the chat, he's got a super chat here, and he said, "Have you noticed during the reveal that there was a box behind Cyrus? And was it? Oh, he says it's killing him to know what it was. Sorry, I thought he was asking if it was Killer Instinct.
I didn't zoom in on the box. I did see the box behind him, and he changed it. He moved the camera real quick. I have an idea. I have an idea what the box is. I do have an idea what it could possibly be, but I don't want to say that, and then everybody be like, "Oh," because listen, it's Arcade went up.
Hey,
man.
Start the rumor, man. Start the rumor. If you don't, somebody else will.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like one of those things where Arcade went up. They'll put these leaks out or whatever else, right? Or it'll be like, they try to tease you with something, right? Like the NBA GM cabinet that was custom in the background behind Cyrus, that the camera got panned over to that, but you didn't see the box or whatever else. So it could just be maybe another skinned NBA Jam, maybe for that. Or it could be, I think that it could be a box for WrestleFest. But what do I know? It just matches up with the neon colors from the lights from the marquee of WrestleFest, whatever else, right? But what do I know? And people have been talking about it for like the last year, so eventually that's gotta come out, right? But I did see the box. Cyrus is really low to the ground, and so was the box, so couldn't really see it.
So you're going with WrestleFest, okay?
I'm gonna go with WrestleFest.
Okay, we'll go because they already kind of admitted to that. That it was gonna be what was it, WrestleFest Superstars or something like that.
WWF Superstars and WrestleFest,
yeah, it was something like that, but it was like more modern. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't through WrestleFest that we all know, but neither here nor there. So that means you could end up getting another cabinet before the end of the year.
Well, they said they had 2 more, right?
They did.
They said they had 2 more. They had 2 more cabinets to release, and if they just announced Time Crisis, then there has to be 1 more. And it was supposed to be new cabinets, not a rehash. Sorry, I'm looking for my light button.
Yeah, it should. A rehash was what Travis really kind of reiterated, and that's something else that was also recognized. It appears now there is no confirmation here, so I don't want to speak out of turn here, but it appears that Travis is no longer doing this, and I know he said he was stepping away anyways to do cell phone coverage and whatnot. But almost on Michael B's stream, he kind of spoke as if this was his send off, right? He didn't act like he was going to be doing another stream with them, and we saw Michael B and Kongs. They might now be the new face. They might be those ambassadors, which could be good for the community because they know what the community wants. Just so you guys know, I'm being blamed for that multi-stream that happened the other day with all the new content creators on Michael B's, because we kind of got into a little tiff off camera. And, I kind of blamed some of these content creators for being gatekeepers. And I used the term correctly. Let me just state that. And I guess Michael B, he kind of took it to heart, and he was like, no, I don't want to be that guy. So kudos to him. So you guys that got to be on that stream, you're welcome. Because
I didn't get invited.
But you're not a new content creator.
Question. What's the definition of a new content creator? No. We shooting. Because I watched that stream, right? If I hear new content creator, I'm thinking somebody that
somebody in the last year,
somebody in the last
year, right?
Right. So Corner K should have been on there. Made sense.
He was on there.
Yeah. He should have been on there. It makes sense for him to be on there. But some cats on there, I'm just like, wait, I've been around for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Some of those guys have been around, but they haven't been really in the forefront. Nobody's really gotten them a chance. So I don't know how.
Okay, but whose fault is that though?
Okay, I'll give you that. That's a good point. To me, a lot of them were new content creators. To me,
look, I'm happy that he did it and whatever else, right? But it's like, let's not act like people haven't done that before.
Right.
I did that earlier this year. Like, dude, like I
no,
all the time.
But I didn't come after you. But I didn't come after you about it.
I didn't see it. But now that I know about it, you know what I mean? Like that used to be a recurring thing. You used to do that every month. Bring somebody.
Well, see, here's the thing. I invited
because that's what you're supposed to do.
I invited
Legit,
Corny.
like, that's what you're supposed to do.
I invited Corny weeks ago to come on the show, and he ignores me. He gate kept me. He ignored me because I don't know why. Because he just ignored me. He doesn't ignore me in the chat, but when I invited him on, he ignored me.
So okay,
So
I'll say this, and this is gonna sound really, really controversial, right? but it's honestly the truth. If you're doing a show for new content creators, literally look in the space and find new content creators. For instance, and this ain't no hate, and I'm not hating, I'm just being honest when I say this. T-Roll didn't need to be there. Toxin could have been there. Toxin's new. Toxin's making content. You know what I mean?
Wait, who was
you know what I mean?
Who was T-Roll?
I'm just saying, like, that's what I said, like,
who was T-Roll?
You know who T-Roll is.
Are you talking about that stupid puppet that was on there? No,
puppet. Yeah. That could have been somebody else's spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna have people on there and you're gonna have new faces, like people who are actually like pushing or trying to push forward like the community, then have them on the show. You know what I mean? Like not like one of these things where it's like, and bless Michael B's heart because it was the right idea. And if you geared him up or you being blamed for it, cool or whatever else, right?
Well, you know I did. I did.
Whoa, hold on. The corner kid only wants to work with the best. Then he doesn't want to work with you. Anyway, so no, I'm kidding, Biggie D. I'm kidding. But no, seriously though, like there's a lot of people in the space that are making content. Like highlight those people. You know what I mean? Like that should have been the idea of it. It shouldn't be a reactionary thing. That's my thing. It shouldn't be reactionary.
Well, you know? Yeah, and like I said, I can't blame them because, like you see it throughout the community. We've seen it for a while. This whole gatekeeping thing, where there's guys in the chat room, and I know we're kind of talking about. Bill, feel free to jump in on this too because I know you got thoughts.
Hell, Bill should have been on there.
Well, right, Bill. Yeah. So Bill's been in the community.
Actually, you know, I'm okay with it. And besides, I was out for most of Saturday, so I didn't get home.
I know, but it's a principle. So. It's a principle.
My thing is, I think there's I think the people here look to certain individuals in this community, and only those individuals. And that's I'm just being honest. That's why I went at Michael B and said you're kind of gatekeeping, because it seems like the same 5 people only have that information. Well, if you have a group of guys, and those group of guys only talk to those group of guys and have that information, right? That is kind of gatekeeping because you're not giving it out. And maybe, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Listen, I've been wrong before.
Yes and no. Only because if you have a small circle of people and a certain group of people have the information, then you know where the leaks came from. And then you know who to get mad at if something gets out that it's not supposed to. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the way you got to look at it.
Right, but I also think I look around at guys that are super passionate about this space. I'm not super passionate about the space, so I want to stress that again. I've been moving more and more toward consoles. This is no hate on anybody. Just like Michael B and Kong's doing this, I think they are the best suited right now to do what they're doing if they're going to help Arcade One up, because it's going to be better for the community because these other content creators are going to have access to information if they can get Arcade One up on board for it. And it's just the type of guys that they are, okay? Yeah, now, so I have zero interest in being that close to a company. And there's going to be people that are going to hate on them. And here's the reality. Any person in this chat room that is passionate about this, if you were given the opportunity that they were given, you would have done it. You can't tell me you wouldn't. If you want it, unless you're like the 3 of us where we don't want to be that close to the companies, we're going to turn it down.
Hold on. Listen. If I get offered a bag, I'm going to take a bag. Hold on.
Okay. All right. So you listen, that's just being honest. That's being honest.
But it's not going to compromise integrity. You know what I mean? It's not going to be one of those things where it's like.
But you're being honest. If you would have been offered, that's fair. If you would have been offered, you would have taken it, right? Let's just be honest.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
No, actually, I wouldn't because.
You don't want to be that close.
I said that when the Travis thing happened. They're like, "Oh, Moshe," I'm like, "Yeah, nah, you didn't want me. I'd have lost that gig." Because like literally, it's the view like that, and I know it's the view that maybe I'm a little negative on Arcade One Up, but when it's honesty, and I don't think it's to be negative, it's just to be honest. You know what I mean? But if Michael B and B Kong are the other 2 people, B especially, man, look, for those who forget, B spent the last almost 2 years busting his butt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I said.
For the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's been doing a lot of stuff.
B should absolutely be the guy, because B will literally sit there on the stream and literally say what the heck he wants.
Yeah.
And then tell you how he feels. So yeah, absolutely, he should be the guy. And then Michael B's there for the eye candy. So yeah, you know what I mean. It works. It works. You know what I mean.
Well, and that's what I want to straight. It's not that nobody else is able to do it. Travis was a good start, but I also think that these guys have been in the community long enough.
Yeah.
Travis was in the community, but he wasn't in the community. Does that make sense? And that's no slack against Travis. You know, it's like,
no, it's just it's not what he's primarily known for.
Exactly.
He's a tech guy.
He was a tech
It's
guy.
not that he doesn't know about Arcade 1-Up or doesn't have passion for them. It's just not his main thing.
Yeah, but I also think that Travis was the reason. Well, I don't think he was the reason we got a lot of fixes and stuff with it. But I think you're going to start seeing if this is true. So again, we're speaking completely hypothetically here. I don't want anybody to think like, oh, this is if somebody else does the live stream next time that it's I'm just saying that it appears. So I want to stress that before Rexer decides to clip this and use it against us down the road for the stream later. It appears that this is what's going on.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you what they should do. A couple of things. First off, why not have a rotating list of people that you go to? Let Michael
there you
B
go.
and B do a few of them. Bring console kids. Bring P-Dubs, MOAT, whoever. Bring a few people on to do it here and there. I also don't understand why they don't just go the route that At Games and Wave and some of those do, and do just an influencer list. You don't necessarily have to have those people on a formal stream for Arcade 1-Up, but pump the information out, send a press release out to specific content creators, and let them do their own shows and put it out. It's free publicity. Because everybody who gets that list will do a video.
Bill, there was a group of us who did that, and then you know what happened? We became an Illuminati.
You were the Illuminati.
So,
yes.
Yeah, we're the Illuminati. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's because it was like it was done in secret. Like nobody knew about it until they knew about it.
But but do people really need to know about it though? I guess is the real question. Me and busted glasses and all.
I think they should know about it only because it helps with integrity. Like, okay, so if I know you're working with Arcade 1-Up, but I know you, Mo, I know your integrity, just like I know Michael B, and I know Kongs, right? I know they're going to call it straight down the middle, okay? I know those guys, regardless if they're working with, Michael B's been working with At Games forever. I've been working with At Games forever, right? It's just recently that I pulled away. But I've always called it straight down the middle. You guys all know that. Everybody in the chat room knows when I talked about this sucks from At Games. Just like Moat, you said MVC2, it's got issues. You didn't sit there and sing it was all, butterflies and roses, right? I mean,
still has issues.
Yeah, it still has issues.
By the way, Kong is saying that the idea was pitched. So
yeah, it was, and that's what I'm saying. But it's like, so you know what I'm saying. Besides that coming out, and let's be real, loose lips sink ships, and some people
that's the other thing.
The information that they got and then gave it out. So it's like, how many people do you give the information to that is sensitive?
Well, what if there's an application process, right, where you go through it just like you get.
So you put everybody under an NDA, and then they break the NDA, and then what?
Yeah,
they get sued,
you kick them out,
whatever.
You'd have to kick.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? If they broke an NDA and they told the people, you know what happened to Trudy? It wouldn't be, oh well, he violated his contract. It'd be good for you for telling us what we wanted to know and taking your professional career. Your professional no, like honestly, because at the end of the day, people want answers. Like, I'm sure that there's people that know a ton of stuff that they're not saying anything about. You know what I mean? And like, it's just people want it, and they want it like all right there on the spot.
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys something.
That's the thing. You gotta hope that the creators have some form of integrity.
Well, that's what I was going to say. What about
I was on the list for iArcade. I was given a couple of games, and I was given a couple of games to review. I'm sure you guys were too.
We all were,
And I was told, you can't put the information out until this date.
You have an embargo, right?
And that's what And that's
Right.
what you do when you have integrity.
Well, wait a second, but it's not just integrity. I think it also comes with experience and maturity in the area that you're working on, right? So nothing against the new creators watching, but I think learning the ropes, everybody kind of understands, like when we are all under embargo, we'll sit there like, what do you guys think about this, right? We all talk with the other creators that are under the embargo. We all talk amongst ourselves, just to kind of get, a feel for the direction. 10 guys giving the same opinion, it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of have that same opinion. It helps that you're not going crazy. So I think that's where you kind of got to be.
Yeah. But see, the other thing, and Stupid Fat Hobby said it right, yo. Travis said, one small link, take a license. Exactly. Because
that's the other thing, yeah.
If you give the wrong person some information and then they decide to run with it or whatever else, it's a bad look. It not only looks bad it might not look bad on the person, but the information's getting out there. And if it gets back to a company, dude, that's going to be like, well, you can't be trusted with this sensitive stuff.
But
you're putting your trust in these individuals that are representing your brand. You know what I mean? Like, It's not good. Look, if they were to do an influencer program and like, let's say you or whoever else, like, yo, I'm part of the influencer, or whoever else, like, there's like a badge or something like that. You put in your videos or whatever. Cool, whatever, acknowledging it, kind of like how EA has their thing, and like you said, at games, whatever else, right? Cool, that makes sense. But you can't just give people everything. You can't give them information, because if it doesn't come to fruition, then that makes you look bad, for one. And if it does come to fruition, it's just kind of like, well, what else do you know? You know how many DMs I get from people?
Yeah.
Like, legit, still.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, bro, listen, I don't care about the price. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. And I won't respond, because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. But it falls on the company in who they trust. They should have started an influencer program once Ralph and Kits and Cool Toy were like doing their thing in the Strive. Literally, there should have been an influencer program in place. When Liv came on, I was hoping, and she said she wanted to get some stuff in place.
But
I was hoping.
But see, Mo, here's the problem.
And then you put out the information you want to get out.
Wait a second. That's the problem. In the beginning, it was me, Glenn, Cool Toy, Ralph, and Kits, and P-Dubs. P-Dubs kind of got shunned from Arcade 1-Up, okay, because something happened at CES when he was there, okay? So it was the 5 of us. John D was working with the 5 of us. There was a thing that happened when we started working with At Games. They came and said, well, now you can't work with us because you're working with At Games. That was under the John D regime. Okay, so therefore our contract was terminated. This was something that was public. We talked about how we were being sponsored and that we would have this information. But then, as I walked away from the community for a year, I needed to get out of the space because it was so toxic. I'm not going to lie about it. I got tired of it. I needed to get away. And then, it almost seems like the Arcade 1-Up went and took content creators to battle against their competing companies, which was At Games, iArcade. And even though John D would sit there and say they weren't a rival, every company making three-quarter scale is a rival or a competing company if you're a company, regardless of what licenses you have, because you have fans on everything. So something happened in there where the content creators got put into a bad space, which then in turn caused us to all walk away and be like, I'm at the point now where I'm like, good on Michael B, good on Kongs. You worked hard. You took an opportunity, run with it. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be that close to a company. I don't. I like being able to speculate. I like being able to say whatever I want without the fear of persecution. That's what true journalism is to me, and that's my background. I don't want I don't want that.
But listen to what you just said. You said the word journalism.
That's right.
A lot of people aren't doing that. B's in the chat right now. So
exactly.
Hold on a second. So to the point of journalism, B's in the chat right now. He'll tell you. I'll literally, if I want to use some of this stuff, dude, you know what I'm saying? At first, I just messed with him like, hey B, do you mind if I use this amount of video
That's
for your
right.
video so I can do it right, dude? And then you cite your source. People don't look at it like that. It's just, Bill put a video up about this new wave Coke machine, right? I know you didn't, Bill, but I'm just saying, right? Let's say he did that. And he's like, yo, I'm gonna rip like 80% of this video, and then I'm gonna talk over it. I mean, like, they don't look at it like journalism. They look at it like it's views and clicks, man. Like,
No, I look at it as
journalism.
journalism and media.
Well, I know, and so do I.
Yeah.
And so do I, because I don't want to give out that kind of information if it's wrong.
Correct.
You know, and I believe in citing who you're getting sources from and whatever else, right? So again,
Yep.
shout out to B, because B went to Vegas. He made a whole Google Drive full of footage and said he's doing it and giving it to the community. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, again, I think he said the same thing about the time crisis. I caught the tail end of the stream. So, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like that kind of stuff, so that content creators can make the stuff they want to. So your PD7s, your Biggie D's, your Corner K, so cats like that they you know what I'm saying, they can talk about it and have that talk about it, because that's the way it should be. You know, but B's doing the kind of stuff that should be in an influencer program, like legit, like he's doing that work.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's something Michael B told me too, because one of the things I was frustrated with, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't want to do a video that everybody else is doing it. He's like, it doesn't matter if somebody else is doing it, Steven. He goes, people are watching it for your opinion.
Right.
They don't care if that you're talking about it. They want your opinion. And, you know, you're going to call it straight down the middle. You're not going to beat around the bush. So they want to hear that from you. And he's right. And so I think Arcade 1-Up's in their best interest for marketing, get it to as many guys that are willing to put together video and content that want to be, let me stress that want to be part of it, to get that inside information. And they'll have videos and marketing out the wazoo. Like, you'll have these guys hitting the ground running. Like, this will be your street team, right? Moat, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
What do I know, chat? What do I know?
So, I mean, I guess all in all, this cab doesn't appeal to me. I like it, but I think the sweet spot would have been $499 or $550. Now, somebody's going to argue with me and say, well, the Sin didn't like gun technology is $200 a piece. That's $400. Then you got to pay the IP. Then you got to pay for the cabinet.
Yeah, but you know they don't pay $200.
They're not paying for that.
For
but
those guns, you know that.
You can't tell me you got a Terminator that's coming in at $700 when it first came out. Now you're going to go $750. Well, there's 4 games on this or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. $499, $550. Arcade 1-Up sets the MSRP. I get that. It's up to the individual stores to put the pricing on it. A lot of diehards for Time Crisis are saying they're waiting for Black Friday. Do you think you're going to see this price go down by Black Friday?
No,
not
I would
this
agree
year.
with that. I would agree
Not
with
this
that.
year.
Yep.
Sometime next year, yes. Not this year. This year, it's going to
Okay.
stay at $750.
Okay. Are people really that upset about $750?
Um,
I'm asking a genuine question. Like, again, I caught the tail end of it, and I think I came in when Biggie D was like, and that's how I found out, you know, the price point. It's like, he's like, why not $699? Okay, so you brought up Terminator 2, right? That's a perfect example. People paid $699 for one game with on a riser, you know, for a game and special features. The guns had no recoil and they look like Nerf guns. These guns, like, listen, I'm not defending them at all, because $749 is crazy. But if you bought Terminator 2 for $749, if you bought Turtles in Time for $749, if you bought X-Men for $749, I want to hear y'all say nothing, because y'all were already giving them the precedent. Y'all already set the precedent that y'all would pay this much for a cabinet. Realistically speaking, I thought they were going to put that thing out at $800-900. Legitimately, I thought that was going to be a $900 cabinet. No BS.
I thought it was going to be $800 too, because that was the original leak that we got like a year ago. But I'm not gonna jump up for joy and scream because it's $50 cheaper than I thought it was going to be.
Let me say this to you guys. Look at the interest rate in the world today. It keeps going up. If you go to buy a house, we're up to 8% now. You keep buying houses at 8%, guess what the government and all those guys are going to do? They're going to keep raising it. Why? Because they know you're going to buy it anyway. It's not going to go down because they're like, people are buying it.
But see, that's the thing, though. But that's the thing. Fast and Furious, perfect example, right? Everybody knew Fast and Furious was busted, right? Yo, Steven, how many do you own?
Right now, I only own 1.
Okay. But you were planning on buying 2, right?
I was planning on buying 2 before I modded the other ones.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And so I'm with you guys. Like, I don't believe a cabinet should cost more than the console. I am in total agreement, but people are going to buy it, honestly. And you know what's gonna make it happen? Podcasts like these, videos that are gonna come out. The FOMO is gonna kick in.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So for not me, I'm a I'm gonna wait unless I got. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
Whatever
nostalgic
else, right?
about
But
this, so I'm not going to go
I
out and
am.
buy it. But I get it. There's people
I mean, I'm
that are.
nostalgic for it too, but it's just like,
Yeah.
it's like $750. What I'm saying is this: everybody's saying they're not going to pay $750 for it, right? But then everybody in their mind's going to be on Facebook, YouTube,
Pre-ordered it.
Twitter, Instagram. Got the bag. Here it is. You know what I mean? Like,
No, you're right. You're
Well, look,
100% right.
there is
We're-
no doubt that they're going to sell some at
Yeah.
$750. People
Yeah.
will buy it, especially when the FOMO kicks in.
Right.
And
I think
people get
Michael B
nervous
said it was
about,
like
you know,
800 Canadian when it comes out or something
I feel
like
bad
that.
for Canadian.
That's
people, dude.
ridiculous. That's like what, almost $1,000 for a 3/4 scale cabinet.
Right,
Yeah.
but again, people are going to buy it.
But like you said,
Literally, people
there
are gonna buy it.
and Paul's, I'm not buying it, but Paul's saying, like, just like you said, you're gonna wait and you're gonna buy it.
Yeah, and I guess the best way to really not show that you guys don't want the prices is not buy it. But again, people are going to.
So here's the
Yeah,
question: was it
unfortunately.
answered? Because I was kind of in and out of it. Okay, was it answered? Some people were asking about this. Tom Stevenson, they're going to charge us in the UK around $1,100. Was it confirmed that it's going to be in the? Is it that it's going to be in the?
They said it's an international release.
shipping. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it is.
international
Okay.
release.
All right.
Yeah. But they'll probably get it faster, right?
Mm.
But that's insane. Like, again, if you guys don't want something, just don't buy it. you know?
Okay.
Here. This is what y'all do.
He's going to lay it down right now
I'm
for
gonna
us.
give y'all a blueprint real fast, right? Take that same $749 you were gonna spend, right? Go on eBay, order a copy of Time Crisis 1, 2, order Project Titan, order Crisis Zone and Time Crisis 3. Okay, order all those on eBay. Get the 2 gun cons. Then get a Fat Boy PlayStation 2. And then go search around for a CRT that you fit up to. After you're done with about all that, you're gonna be at about $300, $350, $350.
You're talking too much sense.
No, I'm just saying, look, that's what I did. That's literally what I did. Like, I literally did that. I literally went, I bought Time Crisis 1, 2, 3, Crisis Zone, whatever else, dude. I bought the 2 gun cons, you know what I mean? It came in a box, whatever else, dude. And I have a CRT already. So that didn't affect me, dude. And you play it like that. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to.
Well,
But you're going to have people like Corner Kate who are going to
I'm
buy
just
it.
going to say
And
that.
then
That's why we
they're
brought
like-
Danny on.
And then you're going to be like,
Danny's
this is
been
awesome.
waiting for this
And they're like,
cabinet.
oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
You've been waiting for this cabinet, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
$750. Are you buying it?
Okay, so my like opinions are going to be subjective because I get a discount on it. So I can't, like, if I was just a normal consumer, I'd probably say that's a little bit out of the ballpark unless I were to sell some things around the house or sell off a cabinet, kind of chip that down a little bit. But I can't disclose like how much I get off the cab. But
I know how much.
Okay, let's just say.
Listen,
Let's
I
say.
got friends that work at Best Buy. I already know.
All right, wait. Let's say you're a
Okay.
fan.
I'm
You're a
not,
fan.
I'm not.
You're a fan. Time Crisis, $750. You don't get the Best Buy discount. Are you buying this cab?
yeah, then no brainer because
Okay.
Terminator behind me. That can go with the one game because there's so much more to Time Crisis than just the Time Crisis game. There's Point Blank and there's Steel Gunner on there, so there's more added value.
I don't know how
to
they.
that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just thinking out loud when you said Point Blank. I don't know how they didn't put Point Blank 2 on there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that too. I think earlier in the chat, Paul Minderman, I think it was, said because that's what was this? It wasn't a System 22 game. It was like the next system up, and that's why. That's why he thinks they didn't add it.
I guess.
But I couldn't remember which one. I thought it was the same system as Point Blank.
So you
I
don't
find it.
you don't see the problem with that. And I think this is what Bill and Moat have been saying is that with this cabinet, unless you have nostalgia, just like there's a lot of people that said, "Well, I'm not buying Fast and the Furious for $600," and I was like, "I'm there just because I like the Fast and the Furious franchise." But for some, they're like, that game's only worth $299 to them, especially after they found out everything that we found out with them. The question now comes in, because I got this question already earlier, and you guys need to answer this. What if there's a hack job done to these ROMs like it was Fast and the Furious? Are you still buying it?
No. Look, I have a Bobby Sarah build. I can hook up some light guns. And do
I
flying by
get it.
Yeah,
That's
but-
that's what I'm asking.
so-
Like, do we know
so-
that this is the actual port?
That we
wasn't that
we don't know.
wasn't that asked in the live stream? Somebody asked about emulation, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it was ever answered. Maybe if Kongs is still here, Kongs
but-
could probably answer that because he
Yeah,
has
he
it.
could probably answer that. He did mention something about emulation, but it was like, they worked on it from the ground up. Cyrus said it, so it was like caged in marketing speak a little bit. But I think it is emulated. I don't think it's like a port.
I think Kongs would have said so. I'm gonna
Yeah,
kind of
Paul
shoot
said
in the
it's-
dark.
Paul
Kongs-
said it was the original source code.
All right,
There you go.
yeah, because
There you
Kongs would have said,
Okay.
I think, if it was not.
Okay.
Thank you,
So,
Paul. You're great.
like, I know, like, just like speaking from my point of view, like I'm not a big like modder or hacker. So just for like the casual person that's coming into this, like they might not have the means to do like a Bobby Sarah build or whatever that is, or all these like nuances and getting all these things. And I just want to speak true to the heart. Like
No, sure.
I personally, like as a fan, like I want to be able to buy it and play it. And that's the cool thing like about these cabs. Like B kind of touched on this too. He's got a point blank cab that everybody knows about, but like his wife can't get on it or somebody that comes on because they just want to load up the screen and go. Like you got to go through all these menus and stuff, and it just sometimes it's a little bit confusing to people that just want to pick up and play. Like my wife or maybe my kids or maybe even me. I'm not too like enriched into like the modding world. So something like this is like huge for just like casuals and hardcore casuals that just kind of want to build it and play it and go from there. So
I like
wait,
MG's.
wait,
I like
wait.
MG's comment there. Did you guys see that? I have it pinned up there.
Price
Yeah.
crisis.
Price
No,
crisis.
Yeah, that's funny. That's actually funny. But wait. Hold on, Corner K. Hold on. You said that something was too complicated to operate, right? So, Big Black Betty back there, the ALU. Remember when they put coin? Remember when CoinOps became a thing on that?
Oh, that was a
And
nightmare.
People,
to get on.
and people couldn't operate it. What did they do? What did people do? Third-party companies went and they made a freaking topper for the arcade and told you all the buttons that you need to hit to get in the games, to get it out, et cetera, et cetera. That's something that can easily be done for, for like a custom build. So
yeah, I guess if you tap in and do a little bit of research on it, and I can see that.
I'm trying to help you out because you just kind of tried to take shots at people's intelligence. It's not a good look. So yeah,
No,
I just
no,
want to say
no,
that
I'm-
real quick. I'm helping you.
That's fair.
But,
I'm speaking upon me. Like I'm
No,
not
I dig
very
it.
like I'm not like okay. For example, like my wife even suggested, hey, let's switch out the buttons and the sticks so we can get like real stuff in here. I'm like, girl, I don't know how to do any of that. Even though I've seen like these videos on it, I'm like, that looks like intense. And if I wreck something, we're screwed. So like that's just kind of like I wish these things came with it. So plug and play. Much like I want my 4-player cabinet Blitz to be a 2-player. Like those aftermarket companies will sell the board, but I like want it to come with like the control so I can just swap it and plug it and drill it down and that's it. But I got to do a whole switch and conversion of it. So it gets to be like a lot just for like a casual person. Not anybody that's like hardcore and well versed. I mean, they got that.
Well,
you can see some of the crazy modding out there.
Well, there's custom companies that do that stuff. 99 Lives, Tulsa Arcades. There's a lot of different companies that you can just buy that stuff where it can be plug and play. You can put a little coin on it, but you can.
Yeah,
you can
it gets up to like
Well,
what, like $600 or
Listen, that Bobby Vu panel
Yeah.
was $350. All right, Spinning that.
that's like the max. Yeah.
This 99 Live arcade panel that's on my floor for MVC2 was like $88 on clearance, and I put the buttons and stick it myself. It's not hard. You're just screwing and dropping in. That's pretty much what you're doing. So again, it's more. So what you're saying it's more of a convenience thing because it's just wires. Like you're just connecting wires at that point. So
Maybe I don't. Because I tried to mod one time my our MK30th to do the monitor switch, and I'm still 100% convinced that we got a crap monitor off eBay because it looked horrible and it was said it was new. So I think we got a defective monitor, but still, when I went to plug everything in, it blew the PCB, and if Best Buy didn't take it back, I'd be out for $450. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of scared to do that now, just because there's no fail safe or backup. If you fuck it up, you're done. Excuse my French, kind of thing. So I think that might scare off some people too, because like being casual and not knowing how to like remove the glue, and you might cross a different wire. I saw TechBuzz, you did that Star Wars Rise of Thor mod. That looked awesome. Like that was dope. but that's like way over my head. Even like watching your videos, I'm crafty, guys. Like I can fix anything in the house, but it's just I think when it comes to the electrical stuff, it's a little bit out of my
you
my
gotta
realm.
it's in the same thing with like when I watch B's stuff, and you have to take it in pieces. You can't watch the whole video and then go sit down at your stuff. You got to follow along with the video,
Right.
pause it,
Right.
do that part, go to the next part. That's why I kind of broke it down with steps when I did it, just so people could fast forward and find those steps.
Mhm.
Because of breaking it down. It can be daunting, and if you plug something in the wrong place, but changing a joystick, dude, you could do it. The hardest thing is getting that stupid glue off. Just
Right.
prying it off the glue. I mean, honestly, that is the hardest part of it.
Yeah.
Hey, while I got you, we're talking about modding. So I screw all my bat tops down with Loctite, but I use the red stuff, so that's never coming off. It's permanent.
I want to smack you for that.
Yeah,
I just want to smack you for that.
Don't listen to Fox. Don't listen to Fox.
No, you can listen to Fox. You just don't do it with the controller.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Don't do it.
So
with
the
thing. You
damage
like,
is already done.
Yeah, I'll say the damage
that's
is done.
permanent.
You ain't getting that sucker off without an hacksaw, man.
Yeah, you need like a flame torch to get that off. But so the damage is already done. But is there a way to then, if I wanted to unscrew, like, can I pull the whole joystick out?
No.
Like if I unscrewed, okay,
No, not
there's
arcade
pin
one-up
keeping it in?
joystick.
You have to do it. You have
Okay.
to take the
whole
ball bat top off and then unscrew it and pull it down from underneath.
Well, wait. I guess that's the question. Was it a bat top or was it a ball top?
They're all bat tops, pretty much. There's one that's a ball top.
Yeah, he's
You're
you might be able to get the
Yeah.
Loctite off if you use some vice grips and you grip it on. I mean, if you're going to replace
it's like
the
you're
joystick.
gonna have to get some bolt cutters and cut
Yeah.
the shaft.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah. You kind of
That's fair.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, look, if
Never.
you're changing it out anyway, then who
Just-
cares?
yeah,
if
just
you
cut
do
it out.
that.
It's really
But,
easy to
you're gonna
change
need some
out.
bolt cutters or something. To cut it.
Yeah, never like tight, dude. If anything, like especially with new sticks, like here, we'll use this one, right? All right. So even with the bat top or whatever else, dude, if you're gonna swap the stick, all you need to do is get under, and that screw right there. All you're gonna do is hold that screw in place, and then just turn, and
That's
it'll
it.
tighten.
That's it. That's all you got to do.
Literally all you got to do, man.
And there's
maybe-
one Molex that you just plug into your board. The Molex that has
Right.
the 3 wires or 4 wires, whichever
Mm-hmm.
whatever you
we
unplug,
go
you
through that
plug
going
it right
forward.
back in. Like it's not, and bolt it to the board. Some of them, now I could see where it gets daunting because some of them the holes don't line up right, and you want to make sure that it's centered. Otherwise, it's going to throw off your whole game. But if you flip it over, like what I've done in the past is I put spacers down over top of the joystick. Right, you can get like silver spacers that'll fit in there and it'll keep it for the most part centered. Put that in there, screw it fast, call it a day, and be done with it. But
Yeah. Not to interrupt too much, but we got a couple of super chats from Console.
yes,
Fanboy, if you
let me
wanna
go back and
jump on
pull. Go ahead and read them as I go looking back for him to pull them up. I see the one here that he's got with the $1.99. I think Danny should be a regular on the show.
That was the
wow.
most recent one. Before that, we had I think Danny should be a regular on the show. Thank you for that one, Console Fanboy. Before that, he had a $4.99. Cornercade has 22 one-up cabs. One-up needs to hire him as the new liaison. Cyrus sucks. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you for the super chats, buddy.
Well, so somebody said Danny's less drama. So we gotta discuss something here before we go to Bill's segment here. I invited you 2 months ago, and you ignored my chat on YouTube. Now you're in the hot seat.
Well, no, it's fine. Yeah. So I didn't want to throw myself out there to the public on, like, for lack of a better word, crap equipment. I had my phone and my AirPods, and I just felt like it was a bad misrepresentation of what I could actually bring to the table. That was just me, though. Like,
I'm busting with you, right? I'm only messing with you.
Yeah, no, because I know there was a lot of people, like, She Lion wanted to do, like, interviews and stuff. There was a lot of people that, and I just was like, guys, just give me a second. Like, let me open up a credit card kind of thing, kind of just put this money off to the side so I can, like, for all the others that don't know, we live paycheck to paycheck. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is all pandemic money behind me. So I just saved it like a smart man.
There you go.
But, like, yeah, but so, with our channel now, we're able to grow a little bit more. So I was able to get a laptop and an Elgato face cam and some lights, so we can actually bring you guys like a halfway decent show. Crossing my fingers that my internet kind of holds up, but so that's kind of like the reason why I kept throwing myself out there just to see if people would want to have me on the show, and I don't really have social media, so I know a lot of people bust my balls in the beginning, and they said, you always ask everybody in the chats to be on their show. I guess that was my only real way to like communicate to you guys, because I didn't know any emails or phone numbers.
I think the
social
biggest
media.
thing was you were asking, but you had no content out there. I think that, and I'm just kind of throwing it out there, at least for me, and I'm like, how do I even know this guy knows anything? And like, I'm just being honest, like that, you know, like you got to see like somebody's, you know, obviously you had the passion, you're going in every show and watching, but it's like, how do we know this guy's not going to get on camera and just be like, sit there? Like, I've interviewed people that are like top celebrity people, and they sit there and give you one word answer. They can't carry on a conversation. It's like, try to do an hour show with somebody like that. It's a nightmare.
Well, I mean, he was a good guest back in February. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to that, I'll say three things. Cornercade, one, since you offered, and I know that you're still sitting on stimulus check money, I will take your offer for a time. Two, no, legitimately, and this one's a real one. I'm actually genuinely proud that you actually did go buy a laptop and then got on face cam, man, and get your stuff right. Like I said, man, dude, it's a way better feeling than having to, you know what I'm saying, do stuff on your phone and whatever else. And yeah, you could always have your phone coming in as a caller or whatever else, right? And you could, you know, showcase, because I know you and your wife you guys are doing like this versus thing where you guys are playing different cabinets, whatever, and that's good to see, man. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, like legit, like it's good for people to see who you are, you know what I mean, and not just the guy in chats being like, hey, bring me on the show. Right, hey, you want to do this? Like, it's good to actually be able to see you. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing, dude, get some kind of social media so somebody can get a hold of you. Like, legit,
for
like,
real.
Even if it's Facebook, so somebody can get a hold of you. Like,
even if you share it with your wife, do a Cornercade one, so you share it with your wife.
Something.
Yeah, maybe we'll set like a Cornercade one, because I know my wife is in charge of like the whole Facebook side, and she's also in charge of the cornercade@gmail.com email that we just kind of started up recently. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything you want to reach us, be on the show or anything, you can definitely get a hold of the cornercade@gmail.com. It's going to be the best way, and then maybe we will kind of start a Facebook and stuff like that. We have. So I was lucky enough to jump on the show right now, but we have a 1 and a 3-year-old that we're trying to get to bed. So life is always chaotic at the Cornercade household. So it's rough. And that's ultimately why we haven't like started a show earlier.
Right.
It's just these guys don't cooperate. So I didn't want to put like, hey, 8 o'clock time slot. That's why you see us jump on at 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's because the kids finally went to bed. So we're trying our best, and we'll see as they get older if we can take that time down.
Threw you to the wolves. He basically said that you didn't want to work with us because you only wanted to work with the good people. So he kind of threw you to the wolves earlier. So
it's
just
super
saying.
Cool, man. The home arcade community has opened up with arms and embraced us, honestly. And
wait, what did you just say?
What?
Not G Cornercade. What did you just say, Tech? What did you say, Steven?
Biggie said that Danny only wanted to work with the good people. That's why he wasn't working with us.
Dude, so can I tell you how he big leagued me like freaking like 4 months ago? Like, no cap. Like, no BS. I could pull the message up. I literally asked him to do a show. He was like, yeah, maybe. He's like, yeah, no, he big leagued me. I'm like, this motherfucker right here. Anyway, keep going, Cornercade, man. Keep going.
No, I'm only joking. I invited Biggie as well. It was only fair. I asked him before, and he's like, well, I'm available this time, and I'm available this time. And they're all time, because he's in Arizona, and I understand it. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I'm in bed when you're I got a new baby on the way, man. Like, I'm getting in. I'm going to be in Cornercade shoes pretty soon, where it's like I'm going to try to be sleeping.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal.
Yeah, I have 2, and we got through that. So, but the point is here, I think that I think with everybody helping each other, you could actually do this if you just, like I said, you watch some videos. You could do that with your. Just don't use Loctite.
Yeah,
you want to use it on the screws of your cabinet. Use it on the screws of your cabinet.
At the bottom now.
Yeah, Robert's great dude, but yeah, you don't need to do everything, bro. Nobody's going to but seriously though, from the bottom of my heart, dude, I am genuinely glad that, you know what I'm saying, that you're going to do something, man. If anybody in this space, you know what I'm saying, is getting an opportunity to get their face in front of people who are genuinely like passionate and enjoy, you know what I'm saying, the home arcade space, the 3/4 arcade space, man, I'm glad that you're getting to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just real talk, because a lot of people want it for whatever, dude. You're doing it because you genuinely enjoy it and
Yeah,
genuinely
don't lose that
interact with
passion.
people, man. So you know
Don't-
what I'm saying? Like I'm
Oh,
glad
man.
to see that.
You'll be
Real talk.
bitter like
I'll-
me, and you'll be bashing every
Yeah, don't
arcade.
be, don't be,
you don't want to be
don't
like
Steven,
me.
dude. Because Steven's starting to show some of them tendencies that yeah.
You're gonna start calling me Rexer Part 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what you're starting to look like.
That's
that,
all
man. You're
right.
starting
That's
to
all
look
good.
like that,
Listen,
man. Yeah.
listen. I'm trying.
He'll soften up again when the baby comes. Just wait.
Listen. I'm being hypercritical. I've always been the type of person to call it right down the middle. I've tried to call it right down the middle as best as possible. There was times where I have worked with the companies, and you kind of gotta bite your tongue. And that's why I said right now I am thrilled that I'm not, because I can say what I want. I can give my opinion without fear of persecution. Now, there's also something else that goes with that. It has to be truthful, right? Like you can't just say something just because you want to attack somebody. And I think what we said about Kongs, what we said about Michael B, I think it's going to be good for the community, right?
Yep.
I think these guys like Danny and PD7 and Biggie and all these guys that have these new guys that are coming in that have passion. I'm being careful, Moat, because you said what classifies new guys, right?
No, we're gonna talk about that word passion next. But yeah. Keep going.
I think if you have that passion and this is what you want to do, kind of like what I'm doing with the consoles, you don't care. You're gonna just be honest. That's all people want is honesty. And that's all I try to do. People like when I get fired up on the show. Some of that's fun, but then a part of me is just kind of like, gosh, man, am I the only one that sees this stuff? So it makes it tough. But just do you.
Oh yeah, that's not ever gonna be a problem. Like I am who I am, and I don't know how to be anybody else. And I'll still say that same fire, same passion. I know people kind of will label you as like a shill or something, and I'm cool with that. Like I love Arcade 1-Up, the product, as far as like the nostalgia of the titles. Multicades does nothing for me. So I want to be able to walk in a room and pick up Sega Jurassic Park Shooter and start playing that. Then I want to go over to like Tekken and play that. Then I want to go over here to the Fast and Furious and play that. Like it's all about like seeing the marquee, seeing the form factor, seeing the different body styles, and playing all those. That's what it's about. I mean, everybody is a shill at the end of the day. I love Honda, so am I a Honda shill too? Like, so I eat McDonald's at least 3 times a week. So would you classify me as Mr. McDonald's shill? Like, so I think that's just a way of people to like put a title on you to like hate or something. I don't get it. But
it's a hate thing.
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, I'll never lose that passion, that fire. It'll never happen because I love retro home arcade gaming. It is so cool, and it's part of you guys that opened up my world to it. So I appreciate each and every one of you for doing that, and being there from the get-go, the OGs of the home arcade community. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And like, I know you guys were talking earlier. You guys said, "Hey, come on the show." Like, what were we talking about earlier? So we were talking about T-roll. Like, yeah, I think definitely somebody like Toxin.
Before we do that, I missed a super chat by Galaga guy here, and he was.
Yeah,
I'm sorry because I'm not always looking at that, and I'm not used to everybody. And I appreciate the super chat, so I want to go back and give him my undivided attention here with this. He said, "Do you think that close to the company may influence some to be less critical of them?" Congrats on the Baby 2 Tech Buzz. I think, and this goes back to the maturity, right? I think people can separate it. I think you could be close to a company and still be swayed. Like if you guys remember Legend Center, I called it straight down the middle. If Act Games did something bad, I called it on their show, their paid show. They were paying us to do the show with product, but I called it straight down the middle. I think if you can still do that and the company's okay with it, and again, this is where I go back to being truthful. If you're like, if Moat goes on there and he's working with the company and says, well, yeah, but Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is still screwed up, they can't get mad at him because he's telling the truth. Okay? I'm just saying. No,
you're right. No, you're right.
If you can't call it down the middle and you say everything's butterflies and roses, you lose credibility. That's the way I see it.
Yeah,
but they still be mad. They still be mad at you.
Yeah,
like I've asked. So I was grateful enough to have Travis MCP on a couple of my podcast shows, and I told him, I said, look, like, when are we going to get the new buttons and the new sticks? Because I know Arcade One Up knows that this isn't cutting in, and he said, like, hey, they've already ordered, like, 10 years worth, so like they've already like planned out, and these are some of the questions that I have, like, as far as the whole production scale on things. I don't want to like self promote, but I'm gonna end up having Cyrus on next week's podcast show from Arcade One Up. So that'll be really cool to get to maybe ask him some of the questions that like just more newer people would kind of want to know and ask. And my wife has a bunch of retail related questions, like how a title gets from said point to our location or our house kind of thing. So that'll be a cool show. But it's all of this stuff, like why, I know like things were made like 6 months in advance here, but no excuse. Like we have a first time reverse printed acrylic marquee on the new Dynamo cab that's coming out, the Street Fighter one. Why, like a couple months earlier to that, did we get a boxlit marquee on the Fast and Furious? Like
I'm with you on that.
There's a lot of time.
A lot of stuff is made in advance, like way far in
and
advance.
that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's just a lot of questions, and we could be here all day, but I'm very I am critical about that stuff. Like I totally agree with the community that there should be 19-inch screens in shooters. It's no brainer. But I think when you get to that screen size, much like in the Wheel of Fortune, when you get that 10-inch screen, Travis was saying when you go to like a 12 or 14, you're going to be paying like $600 more.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You could get a stack of, let's say, 10. You get 5,000. We'll say 15-inch screens at maybe $10 a pop. But let's say then you go up to 17-inch. Now it jumps up to $25 a pop.
Yeah.
So is it worth that?
Big difference.
Is it worth the jump?
Yeah, and then we're gonna. So they could give you that, but then they're gonna be paying, I don't know, let's just say $1,000 for the Wheel of Fortune, and who is gonna pay that much? Like that's ridiculous. So they'd be taking a hit on the cab when they eventually lower the price down to $799, $699. For people to start wanting to show interest in it. So remember, Arcade One Up's got to make money too. They're a business, but
it's the
17-inch screen is. I'm having a feeling that that's where they can get at that sweet spot for their price point for consumers to buy it. If you jump up to a 19-inch, I mean, we're looking at maybe like an $1,100, $1,200 time crisis, and we're already complaining that it's $750.
So $10 from Jason. He says, "Congrats on the baby brother. This will buy almost one diaper. I appreciate that." And let me grab Hollywood Polo here. He at me on here, and he says, "At the Tech Buzz Gaming, Steven, you haven't installed your MI?" I actually sold my iArcade. I don't have it anymore. I wanted it to get played. It didn't get played here. Of course, I poke fun at everybody that has it. I'm like, it belongs in a dumpster, but I'm just joking around. I did it to P-Dubs, and he kind of got a little sore with me, but that's okay. I'm used to it by now. But yeah, no. What do you guys think?
P-Dubs gave his gold cap to.
I saw that mystery encoder. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because I started this rumor, and people aren't like back. We had Shiloh on the show back with the Retro Buzz, and I said it would be really cool if you guys came up with a 3/4 scale cab, and he said, and you guys can go back and watch it. He said it's not out of the realm of possibilities. And I've been on this train ever since. And then I saw some rumbling. So I just want to stress, I'm not talking to anybody in the company. I don't have any official capacity with that. But I saw some rumblings, and I'm going, oh my gosh. Like Cleveland, there's going to be a huge announcement. I really believe they're bringing 3/4 scale. And what that deems is Arcade One Up might have licenses for, let's say, 50-inch to 63-inch, let's just say, and that's 3/4 scale. What people don't realize is they could come out with a 70-inch and still call it 3/4 scale and do it legally with the different IPs, because I know Arcade One Up has IPs at certain scales. So there's all that legal mumbo jumbo. I believe, and I want to stress this, I believe we are going to see 3/4 scale from New Wave Toys. And I think that's going to help change the game. And I do think they're going to be more accurate and cheaper than Arcade One Up's bringing. Does that change anybody's mind here on the pricings that Arcade One Up has been doing?
I don't think you can compare the two. I don't think you can compare the two, because New Wave Toys, they do stuff that's a little bit more accurate. They try to be as authentic as possible. Not saying Arcade One Up doesn't, but what I'm saying is if they want to do something, they're going to do it with like massive amounts of detail. You know what I mean? Like, and if they're going to do, let's say they do 3/4 scale, like I think it might be to, I mean, like the highest degree of quality that can be possibly done. But it's gonna cost like it too.
What if the rumor price that I seen was $399?
What do you know that we
Wow.
don't know? No. What do you know that we don't
I'm just telling you. Some of the Reddit, anybody can go out and find it. It's all over Reddit.
Yeah.
The rumblings that are there, and the cabinet, which kind of threw me a little bit a couple weeks ago, because when they first came out with the two cabinets that they just released, that was the one that was speculated to be their release title for the 3/4 scale.
Berserk and Frenzy.
Berserk was supposed to be the release title. And there was also rumors of Street Fighter, because think about it. Arcade 1-Up's producing that deluxe that's going to be launching in the fall. So we already know New Wave Toys has done a 1/6 scale. They have the license. So what better way to throw it out there and get your feet wet and get people to buy your cabinet than to release a Street Fighter alongside and really start the 3/4 wars?
Yeah, but you know how these you can't say they have the license.
They do have the license. They created a Street Fighter 2 1/6 scale.
Yes, they have it for a
but look how
1/6
long
scale
that was.
machine.
Right.
They have it for a 1/6 scale machine.
But what if they have it
for
for a 70-inch?
machine?
What if they have it for a 70-inch machine?
They might. I'm just saying.
Right. That's what I'm
not.
saying. No, they might not.
Paul said it the way I believe. Like, there is no way they're going to charge $399 for a 3/4 scale if they're charging like $200 for like a 6 scale. Like, legit, there's no way. There's no way.
What if they
like,
what if they found a way? Because look, they just added. Did you see the PCBs now that you can remove from the New Wave Toys that they put out earlier? That and it's going to be the same price.
If they can actually do it, then it's game over.
Wouldn't that cannibalize their other sales though? Like if they're going to be the same price, like well, I'll just get a 3/4 scale.
I don't think so, because there's collectors that just collect the small ones. Like I mean, I'd still buy as a customer. I would still buy both as a collector.
Plus, to Steven's point, if they do come out with Street Fighter, so what? I don't think they're producing the 1/6 scale one anymore. That's done. They only make so many of them, and then they're done.
Correct.
They really don't re-release them. So, if you do the 1/6 scale for however long its run is, and then a year or two later you come out with that same 1/3 scale, you're not cannibalizing anything. The 1/6 scale is done.
Yeah.
I want to stress these are just rumors, and I have not talked to the company. I know I've gotten review units in the past, which I was supposed to get the Coke one, which I still haven't gotten yet. But
same. I was going to ask you if you got your email.
But neither here nor there. I listen. This is a good thing, guys. If New Wave Toys gets into this is not a bad thing. In fact, I would love it if Numbskull got into and threw their hat into the ring. Right?
Competition is always good.
This is good for the consumer. So, like, let's not go and say, it's the end of 1-Up, because 1-Up's going to meet a certain niche.
Hell, it may cause 1-Up to rethink some things.
It could.
The cool thing is that maybe they could do like different titles that Arcade 1-Up is like not going to do. So like I can keep bringing this up, but like let's just say, for hypothetical speaking,
Qbert.
Like a Sega Star Wars trilogy, or a Qbert, or a Sega Jurassic Park shooter. I would buy all three of those in a heartbeat day one.
Exactly.
And that's not an Arcade 1-Up, but I want those titles because those titles mean something to me in my home arcade. So that would actually be really cool. And can you imagine them doing a 3/4 scale Survivor Series version? Like that would be crazy with all the distress damage and stuff. That would be so cool.
Anything's possible and not out of the realm. Even when I was talking to Shiloh back then about a 1/6 scale pinball, digital. I wanted a digital pinball, and he goes, "What about a real pinball at 1/6 scale?" It's out there. He said it. It's on the video. So all I'm saying is, I think if you're not going to Cleveland, I know MOAT you're going. Those of you guys that are going, this is going to be a huge event. I think it's almost going to be a turning point. At Games is going to be there with their 4K devices. I really think for you guys that are really hardcore in the home arcade space, I think we're going to see some things And I could be totally wrong with New Wave toys, and that's fine. I'll eat crow because I'll be there live streaming, and I'll be the first one to be like, "Well, guys, maybe it's not coming yet." But I believe, like, if you were to ask me to bet money on it, I'm about 99.9% sure it's coming.
Wow,
that's how certain I am that I believe they're going to go get into the ring and start boxing. We also seen
That's
P-Dubs has said about another company, so we do know there's at least 2 companies coming in the 3/4 scale. So I'm just saying, it's not all arcade one up.
I think that one P-Dubs was talking about was that one on GameStop, and if that's true, then that's
That one that was out on Twitter today, that piece of trash.
The iconic.
Yeah,
Oh, dear God.
That's the one. Thank you.
I hope it's not,
Yeah,
because that thing's a
hard
piece of trash.
No, that's just no.
I'll buy Time Crisis before I do that.
Well, I hate to cut out of here, guys, but I appreciate you having me on. I got to go put the little one to bed. We got to get prepped for our show, but I really do appreciate you guys having me on today. And if you guys ever want me in the future, I'm always just one call away.
So wait. So look at this guy.
How?
He comes in the middle of the show,
do you guys want me to?
and then he
I can send you my
leaves. He leaves before the show's over. He's just like, "Yeah, I made my appearance, guys. Moat, you're no longer the star of the show."
I never was. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. You know what I mean?
Hey, Moat, I had a blast playing in that 7-Eleven tournament, man. You were getting hyped. I was watching the replay. I was dying. It's like, Corner Game's got him. Corner Game's got him. Those players.
No, I thought you were
guys,
listen. I thought you were taking a W. I did. So
yeah, it was
Yeah.
close, man. You should have seen me, bro. I was hitting the buttons. I was like, come on, man, come on. But those guys over there, man, they know how to game, bro. This is no.
Oh
joke.
no, I know.
Over there,
Moat's
you have some serious
cruise.
players
So
over
what
there.
time are you going live? Because you're in a different
I think it's set at like 9:30. So
9:30. That's an hour, about 50 minutes from now. We're at 9:10
Mhm.
East Coast time. So you're at 8:10, right?
yeah.
Okay. So at 9:00, the boss and the Mrs. Boss are going live, and you can watch Corny do his thing.
Actually,
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
I do email address. There.
I do.
Yeah.
I do appreciate Tech Boys. You guys sending like a big raid over for our first stream. You know, you could tell like the equipment fiasco, but we had a blast and we had a ton of support in the community, and it really meant a lot to me and my wife. So I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll definitely have to have you back on, especially now that we're like a trio. It's always good. It's always good to have an extra person in here. But yeah, we'll let you go so you can go get ready for a show.
And keep doing it. It's all a learning experience. It's just you get better each time.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
for sure. Yeah, hopefully that's the goal. Right? I'm trying to show prep so I can at least have some videos and like some pictures up, because when I get to talking, it's kind of like, oh yeah, there's like my fan base isn't seeing like what I'm talking about, so I try to get something on the screen. That's something I got to work for a little bit better at. So yeah, we're trying to watch the chat too and make sure we don't lose anybody's comments or questions.
Oh, or is that a shot at me because I keep missing the super chats?
No. And Mike B told me he's awful at looking at the chat. I'm lucky I
Yes.
have a co-host with me and
Yes,
my wife
yeah.
that she can like skim through the chat and she can see
I
stuff.
don't personally like. I always tell people you don't have to super chat, but I appreciate people that that they're doing it. So I'm not used to saying like I have a chat in front of me and it doesn't always come up like that. So it's not that I'm intentionally. I try to watch everybody's opinions and stuff like that, but. You guys could check him out later on. Danny, we really appreciate you jumping in here. We have a one or two more segments to get to yet before the end of the show here. I know, Bill, you were at a convention. I'll let you kind of preface that while Danny heads out. What do we got?
All right, so yeah, this is convention season right now, and I was out in Long Island a couple of weeks ago for the Long Island Gaming Expo. I do have a video up on my channel of a longer tour, but what you're going to see here is just a little peek at it. So if you didn't get a chance to watch my video, check this out, and hopefully it makes you want to go watch the full thing.
That's all you get, chat. You got to pay for the rest.
I don't know what happened on the video, Bill. Like I played it beforehand.
Yeah, no, it was
I don't
fine
know
on
if it
my thing
froze.
before I sent it to you. I had no idea.
Yeah, I'll take
Oh,
a
well.
look here and see if it's.
Well, you can check out the full thing on my channel.
Oh, you have the full video up?
Yes,
Okay.
so people can go check that out.
Yo, and while you guys are watching videos on Bill's channel, watch the informative PCB video. Yeah, go watch the video.
Yeah, understand the difference between PCB and PCBA, please. Please do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was fun. Hopefully, I'll get a chance to do a few more of those.
Let me see.
But next time, I'll either roll my sleeves all the way up or all the way down. I swear to God, I didn't even realize till I was editing. I'm like, damn it. What happened?
So let me see. Oh, it put it right back in here. That's really weird. I wonder if it's something with the file because I reloaded it and it's still doing the same thing. So I've never had a problem with your files before. Now I'm kind of curious because I have this in here. It might be just, it might be the DDR itself. So remember that one time when we did the, what do you call it? We played the video and it froze at the end, like when you were doing the puppet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it's kind of doing now. It's doing that freezing thing. So
weird.
Yeah, I don't know
well,
what it is. But
at any rate, so I will be hopefully this weekend I will be at the Retro World Expo out in Hartford, Connecticut. If I can keep this cold from coming on, hopefully I'll get out to that. And then maybe next week I'll show a little sneak peek of that. So yeah, I won't be at Cleveland, but we had a couple of really good ones here in the tri-state area, so I made sure to hit those.
Nice. Well, that's always a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. I was hoping Glenn was going to be able to come with me to one or both of those, but he couldn't make it to either. So,
well, that's good. Well, I don't know, guys. I think we've kind of ran our course tonight, and I think we're going to call it.
Do you want to talk about Atari?
Oh yeah, let's bring that up real quick. Yeah.
We could at least cover that one. I think.
Good call. The Atari, and then let's see here. Let me see if I can't pull that up.
See what happened, chat? We talked about Arcade One Up so goddamn.
No, we didn't. We actually didn't. We were also talking about just in general. So.
Yeah, but it went so long that we didn't get to talk about the cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that happened today. A lot.
Yeah, we'll bring up the Mario too.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, that's
we got
okay. If you got something I missed, I want to hear it. So
you didn't see him with Mario's voice?
No, I sent you that one. I'm talking about what MOAT's.
Oh, okay. Anyways, Atari 2600 plus 129.99 plays Atari 2600 and 5800 7800.
Yeah, which is going to be a little interesting because the only controller I've seen is the 2600 style one and paddles. Didn't the 7800 have at least 2 buttons on it?
I don't have the 7800. I only have the 2600. And it's
I know it was a totally different controller. That's for sure.
And it's interesting that they went. It's interesting that they went with the 4-button because wasn't the rare version the one with 6 buttons on the actual console? There's I don't want to call them buttons. They're toggles, right?
Switches,
the switches.
Yeah, the switches. So there's a rare version of this that if you find these guys, if you're again my collecting side of it, right? Mm-hmm. So there's 3 on each side of the paddles. Those are worth more. I thought it would be interesting if they remade it, like they would actually make it that way, but I guess not. Did you guys pre-order this? Please tell me you didn't.
No, no, I did not.
Okay, good. It. You scared me there for a second.
It does look interesting.
Let me pull the video up.
I will give them that.
Let me pull the video up.
It looks okay. I mean, it looks like an Atari.
Yeah,
it's just another one of those things. Like I guess the difference is what it's someone coming with a 10-in-1 cart now. I mean, is that the real difference?
Well, yeah, but you can also play your other Atari cartridges as well.
You could play real cartridge. And I guess they're doing some enhancements. Like they have an enhanced version of Berserk coming out that has voice to it, where the original 2600 version didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. Anybody in the chat, are you buying this?
So I know they said something about a controller, and I saw the thing when GameStop put it out, but I didn't know if they were trying to like reuse the old controller that they were selling with the VCS, the Xbox inspired controller. I didn't know if they were offering that as well, but
I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I'm actually more curious to see the thing coming out from My Arcade.
The what?
That's the one I want. The Atari. My Arcade is coming out.
My Arcade. I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I thought you said iArcade. I was like,
no, My Arcade.
I was like, somebody didn't give him the memo here.
Yeah.
I was like,
the
Bill.
The better question is, can we use our Sega Genesis controllers on it?
There you go.
You might be able to. I believe it's the same port.
It is. It is. That's what I was. That's what. Like, yeah.
So yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
But here's the thing, I went on a little bit of a tangent, if you will, on social media on my page about people that have things like this that think they have gold. You know, the labels are ripped off or whatever, and they think just because it is a Atari game. Mm-hmm. That they should sell that for what price charting's selling it for or whatever. And it's like, that's not the way it works.
No.
Nobody's going to buy it.
I've been buying Atari games lately, and I don't think I've paid more than $5 for a game.
Yeah.
Most of them have been like $2-3. And I'm talking, I've got some good games. I've got Yar's Revenge. I got Pitfall. You know, I got some good games. I'm not paying a lot of money for them.
I was going to say, sorry to hear that.
I love Yar's Revenge. Yar's Revenge is my favorite Atari game.
I don't know, man. Like, I just sit there and I go, like, what do you guys think? You guys got gold, or am I missing something? Like, I have zero tolerance for that. Like, just because you have it doesn't mean it's worth that amount of money. So, anyways, that was my soapbox for today. But the other story that we have is Mario's voice. Now, I know a lot of people are making a big deal out of this, and it is a big deal, especially if you can't get out to conventions. You should get out. Well, let's get rid of this stupid thing. You should get out to conventions if you are into the voice artist and get his autograph if you so choose, because after this year, you're probably not going to get it anymore. Yeah.
Well, so he's not voicing the character anymore. So it sounds like the new game coming out, that Mario Wonder, is going to have a different person doing the voice for Mario. But he's supposed to be a quote unquote Mario ambassador, which I think means that he's basically going to be going around to shows and different things and still hyping Nintendo and specifically Mario.
So what's he going to do?
What's
he going to do? Sit there and go, "It's me, Mario. I got to teach you how to talk like me." Is that? I'm just asking. Like, is that?
Well, I mean, he could be an ambassador and, like, you know, just spread goodwill around the world and be positive about Nintendo things. So, I mean, it's a thing, but it's more than just Mario. You guys got to remember, he did a lot of voices in the universe. So it's all the voices. They said he's no longer doing it all, and it makes sense because he's not doing any of the voices now, and he's older now, so it makes sense. I think that might be part of the reason why he really didn't actually get to voice Mario in the movie instead of it being Chris Pratt, because at that age, you know, and making that voice, sustaining it for like long periods of time, and reading something over and over might be a difficult task. So
that could hurt. That could hurt.
I mean, let's face it. There's not a lot of talking in Mario games. I mean, you know, what's he do for the voice? Waha! You know, yeah, that's the voice. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but at the end of the day, it's the end of an era. I think that's the bigger thing. It's the end of an era, and I think that people don't like change. They just don't like change. And I don't know. I personally am, and maybe I'm the wrong guy, but like I'm not I'm not locked to this guy's name. Like I'm just not like his voice. Mario is Mario. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
People do impressions all the time. So I don't know.
Yep.
I
think I was more upset when they got Kiefer Sutherland to do the voice of Snake instead of Darth Vader.
Mo, what else did we miss? Starfield's coming out, right? We got Starfield coming on with Xbox that's on the horizon.
So Gamescom is going on right now. Actually, it's funny you guys cracked the joke about that arcade machine, but that arcade machine is supposed to be at Gamescom.
Sorry to hear that.
They announced the full roster for Tekken today, 32 characters.
Wow.
Steve Fox, Yoshimitsu, Kuma. There's a bunch of characters that they showed in the trailer that came out today. Mortal Kombat 1 got a trailer. My man Shao Kahn out there looking pretty greasy with the axe. So yeah, that got shown. Yeah, they talked about Starfield, and that's cool, and whatever else. But again, games. Cut out.
Audio's right here.
Muted most of me. Really? I'm muted? Really? Y'all muted me?
The speech to end
Actually,
speeches, and it was muted?
What was happening was Moat was trying to dub over himself. He was trying to get all ramped up, and he wanted everybody to clip that piece that we were just doing. Okay? He wants you to clip it, and he wants you to put some audio to it and make it all over social media like a bad Chinese horror flick.
Chat, y'all not gonna know what y'all just missed because
you should have heard what we heard.
All right,
Sorry.
You're on prime time. Go ahead.
No, we're not doing that again.
Come on, man. They want to hear it.
Okay, so once again, we have audio chat. We're good now. Okay, cool. So Tekken 8 announced the roster today, 32 characters. Kuma, Yoshimitsu, Steve Fox, you know what I mean? A couple other people. Comes out January 26th. You can go pre-order and whatever else, right? Mortal Kombat had a banging trailer. My God, Shao Kahn, Greasy Khan out there with the axe, out there putting hands on them. They also showed Sindel. You know, they showed some Raiden gameplay. So for Mortal Kombat people, that's cool. Whatever Gamescom is going on right now. If you haven't seen that bad arcade, you can probably see that bad arcade at Gamescom because it's actually a real boy. And more importantly, chat, because bump all that, and I'm going to say it again because I'm still hyped. Mother effing K6 is back alive in Destiny. And if you don't play Destiny, or if you played Destiny before, get ready, because Nate Feely is back at the helm. They brought him back. They talked about the last DLC that's coming out for the game. Get ready for it. More importantly, chat, if you are a Destiny 1 player and you play Crota's Inn will be live next week, Friday. So I'm going to need a raid carry. I need a hunger of Crota. I need the word of Crota, chat. And I am not a sword better. I am a Titan who pops bubbles. That's what I do. That's what I said. Gosh darn it. And if it went out again, I'm sorry. Y'all not getting nothing. See, look, he said y'all heard it already. See, look, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny.
Actually, guys,
Guys,
he did it better the second time, so I'm glad he redid it. He did it better.
Chat, yeah. Watch that.
You guys need to take that first part and clip it. Console fanboy, that's your job.
Oh no!
Go clip it and make it into what it is.
I got set up.
Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be some. That's gonna be. He's gonna be like. He's gonna.
Hey, MG, that's what I'm talking about. Bring that yellow horn out. Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we have right now. Cornercade's going live in a half an hour. Make sure you guys go check that out if you want to keep on keeping on. He's going to give his opinions, him and his wife. For that, Mo, what do you got going on this week in the back alley?
So it's funny enough, Nintendo related. I actually have a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate tournament this Sunday.
Nice.
It was in the morning, but then I was reminded that AEW All In, the biggest wrestling show ever, is happening in London that morning. So that evening, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Don't ask me about Mountain Time because I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that, having some fun. Other than that, I've got a video that I need to actually get out because it's been a while and y'all deserve stuff. Also, chat, hey, we fixed the channel, so go sub to the back alley, dude. Like literally, we're on our way to 1K. You know what I'm saying? Just check it out, hang out. Corner K's been over there. Corner K fights. Other people come hang out. So yeah, like it's a good time. It's a blast in the glass. That's all I
Awesome.
all I got.
Awesome. Mr. Bill, what do you got besides a cold? You got another convention this weekend.
I got a lot of vitamin C. I got a lot of echinacea. I got a lot of orange juice. Yeah, like I said, hopefully I will get over this real quick and get over to Retro World Expo in Hartford this weekend. So if anybody in this area is going to that, cool. Say hi if you see me. Other than that, like I said, I don't know what else I have planned. Like I said, not feeling a little too great, so there probably won't be too many videos from me this week. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes up.
Awesome. And if you guys haven't watched it, I'm actually wearing today my Sweet 16 shirt from Stone Age Gamer. If you haven't, I'm shilling for them. I'm shilling hard. If you haven't seen the video, go watch it. I had the live stream, but what I'm doing is I'm breaking it down to where we did the little bit of interview part at the end and the tour. I'm doing some fast forwarding as we're walking and stuff. Those videos will go up later this week, so you guys can watch it. I know some people are like, I don't want to sit there for an hour and a half and watch it. If you can condense it to 20 minutes, which is what I did, I'll watch it. So look for those videos later this week. And if you didn't see my video yesterday, I thought it was really cool put together. I'll play it here for you on the way out. That my kids and my wife and we put together for the announcement. I thought it was pretty cool the way we did it. I got a lot of compliments on it. I'm going to play that. But if you haven't, go watch it on the channel. But guys, we'll be back next week with more gaming and arcade news as we do every week. The stuff we love to hate and hate to love. Guys, until next time, keep it buzzing.
Stop picking me up. Stop. Put me down.
No.
No. Stop. This is so annoying with you doing this. I can't play.
What is going on?
I just can't do this. I need help.
Oh, what a long show. I gotta use the restroom. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Can't you see a guy's gotta do what a guy's gotta... You already had me for 2 hours. Like, I gotta go. Like, this is scary. The fact that you're here. Just go. Get out of here. Go. Lights out. I gotta go. Come on. You gotta go. Go. Now.
Oh, man, what a long show. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, time to go to...
Yo, wait. Yo, what are you doing here? Yo, you see I'm editing a video, right? Like, stream's over with. Y'all don't need to be here anymore. What, you want to help me edit? All right. Look, no, I missed a whole clip, so we just gonna go back through it, all right? See, I'm trying to get stuff together. The stream is over. Y'all ain't got no reason to be here anymore. Y'all should just go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, go away. You really want to sit here? Or do you want to go home? Make a decision. Man.
Oh, man, what a long show. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, time to go to bed. Oh.
Um, hello? I I think you left this on. Hello? Wow. You guys are all still here? The show's over. That's it. There's nothing left. Go. Go to bed. It's over. Go. No, seriously. That's it. Go. Go to bed. Chicka chicka.